Good evening, Facebook Live. I am Angel Amoroso, and I am here joined by my daughter,
Christina J. Polis.
and we are here presenting episode 10 of Fuck You, Mick Foley. So, just to start off with, again, as I explain in every episode, this is not a program designed to harass Mick Foley. It's more of a program designed to expose the people who've harassed me and my family on behalf of Mick Foley. So it's like I have to go through this every single time, and I will get back to the chat and we'll welcome everyone and read everyone's comments after we have read stupid ass comments from different message boards that were found on the internet. So we're going to get back to this chat here. If anyone has like any questions, comments, anything they want to say or talk about, just say it in the chat while Christina will be reading from these different from however many
we go through.
It takes us in like an hour. Yeah. So, okay. Here we go. So here's one from, what's that say? Jewix? I don't know. Jukesvideo.com?
I want to learn French, though. That's
okay.
Pretty cool.
Joe?
Okay,
Joe?
Joe. I'm Joe.
You correct us if you know.
All right, so the subject is Mick Foley and other wrestling figures accused of rape. It is the turn of the wrestling business to be shaken by revelations of sexual assault. Angel Amoroso, a big wrestling fan who became a valet at ECW, said he was raped by several business figures, including Paul Heyman when she was 12. Now you're she. Mm-hmm. And Mick Foley at 15. She came to denounce these facts at an autograph signing session by Mick Foley. Here's a list of her alleged rapists. Mick Foley, Paul Heyman, Stan Lane, Bobby Fulton, Mike Awesome, Jesse James, Road Dogg, Von Erichs, Eddie Gilbert, Brian Pillman, Mike Enos, Ultimate Warrior, Dave Meltzer, Brutus Beefcake, Marty Jannetty, Sid, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Ric Flair.
Wait, did that Von Erichs have an S on it?
Yes.
All right, now we're making up more shit. Von Erichs, not just Von Erich.
Mike Enos, Ultimate Warrior, Dave Meltzer, Brutus Beefcake, Meltzer. Fucking Meltzer. Ha ha ha. All right, so
real funny, huh? Is that fun?
Brothel, the girl is Adrian. I'm not sure what that's. Must believe that Meltzer stuffs his nose everywhere, well, not only his nose. Okay, Meltzer. Okay, he was often bustling with wrestlers in the 90s, I think. Fuck, I'm dying. Looks like she tried to swing as many names as possible. Anyway, case to follow. It seems a little whimsical, all these names. It looks a lot like a girl who wants to pick up a little money.
How would I be picking up money still? I'm not going to comment too much. Whimsical.
Okay, so
what did he mean?
I see some French words in here. Credibility 0. Okay.
Because they know me.
The girl claims to have been raped by 20 wrestlers. Basically, the girl meets a wrestler, is raped, and what is it? She returns to see wrestling, meets a wrestler, and gets raped again. Like any rape victim, she closes on her, does not go out of her house. Well, no, she returns to see a wrestling show, meet a wrestler, re-refate, violate, etc., etc. And all that 20 times. Whatever that word is, by the world of wrestling, she decides to move away. No, it tries to make a name in the world of wrestling to attend his rapists. Having never been able to break through, she takes advantage of the media coverage of the sexual assault made to the women to balance this rumor, not by initiating a judicial procedure, no, by pointing with a sign during a signature of Foley. In addition, she aims wide. She would have been violated by wrestlers belonging to all promotions of the time. Basically, the girl went around to the USA, and each time she was raped by wrestlers. This is no big matter what.
See, and this
is big no matter what. This is
This is what seems like when people misunderstand what statutory rape is opposed to rape, which, you know, there's, I hate to say there is a difference. I won't say more than that. I won't say more than that. By law there isn't, but technically, moving on.
Okay. Or so there's a fair amount of junk and dirty stuff with H24 drug wrestlers in the 90s for a chick under legal age and without parental control. Okay, you'll have to explain to people that if you're consenting, it's not a rape because it does not seem to understand.
Well, when it's said over and over again, statutory rape, I don't know how else.
Yes, because there's no stuff in between, be it sexual assault, misappropriation of a minor, or whatever. The poor woman looks unclear. She has not necessarily invented everything herself.
So how am I unclear then?
Right.
Little contradictory comment there.
Of course, if there are any things in between, but then she uses the word rape, and as Gravelord said, I doubt that she was raped by 20 wrestlers who were not all in the same federation. It is possible that she slept with all his men. However, talk about rape in all these adventures, it is difficult to imagine.
Who's this he they keep referring to? And is this me or someone else that we don't know about in the story? Who is this he?
Okay.
And do they understand that when you hang around the same group of people, and there's like, you know, people coming and going, as far as getting hired and fired within like short amount of times, like. Yeah, I don't know what the question is here. Go on. Go on. I continue to not know what the
I withdraw what I said. When I see retarded people starting to make ridiculous digressions which serve anything but reinforcing the strength of a certain critical look at this affair, you have absolutely no desire to share the same conclusions as they do. So fabrications or not, stop making stupid assumptions. It's impossible to unravel the truth of the wrong.
So, in other words, I'm retarded and I'm wrong. So just stop making assumptions that I could be right and shut the fuck up is what they're saying. To anyone who defends me, they're just going to make sure that they bash the hell out of them so that they feel like idiots for even being on my side.
Cool.
Yeah, that's all right, though. Go on. Go on.
I don't know. I do not find it very funny, to tell the truth.
Neither do I. I don't find it funny. I don't find it humorous. I'm not looking for any kind of attention other than the kind that I should receive for what I'm saying.
A beautiful awe. Okay. Okay. This is in response to somebody else. And suddenly you need to spit in the mouth of those who shared a criticism, even hypothetical, not to mention true or false. To warn against the potentially excessive American side of the complaint is a little natural and can possibly avoid meeting each topic on Foley, or the other 20, with remarks of people who plunged headlong into the, it's true, it's outrageous, I'm going to yell on Foley, the rapist, as soon as I see his name somewhere. It is never useless to have other sounds of bells, especially on news of catch, where by definition you have to drink and to eat, as this story. Okay, funny business. Okay.
Some stuff is just.
Yeah, it's in French, so it's like it's translated. So pick up from it what you what you will. Too many people tend to blame the victims, and that's not normal. When you see people who are going to call her a degenerate, who does not know what she's saying, yes, it's okay to shake them up a bit. It's rape culture. What is that? It's I can't really read that.
Where is it?
I don't know. No, it's this thing here. It's like an icon. Or whatever. Dave, who will pull a 5 asterisk to the basins in Zon.
Oh, 5 stars.
5
He
stars.
does. He gives ratings.
Oh, that is a
stuff.
star.
So,
yeah.
Again, we're at Dave Meltzer
Okay.
giving his ratings and 5 stars.
I'm not surprised. That's one of the
whatever.
reasons I hate post 2000 wrestling. Guys had no limits and behaved like rock stars without imagining the impact they had on kids at the time. Then good Von Erichs and knowing that Paul Heyman is gay, I do not see how she could have been raped. Okay.
That's a strong statement right there.
Okay. All right.
I don't know how one would have anything to do with the other, however.
All right, dude, there's something you need to understand. This is in response to somebody else. Are you aware that there's a good chance that a girl from your family or friends will be raped? Either you know, in these cases, you know how hard it is for her to talk about it, or you do not know. Well, tell yourself that these girls sometimes have a hard time talking about it and decide to face the problem several years after the fact. But it's been going on for a while, so I mean, I'm talking about it. Okay. Nothing to do. Many wrestlers of the 80s, 90s have had relationships with men, according to some testimonies. Not always true, I grant you, without being gay as such. Heyman could very well have had a mountain of various drugs in the blood and rape Angel without being straight.
Without being straight.
Okay.
But,
all right.
Okay.
This is a response to
This is
somebody
just people's
else.
opinions, by the way. This is not us saying anything like that. This is the opinions of other people saying these things that are being spread about other people while my situation is unraveling.
Right.
Go on.
Okay, except that here nobody has treated the victim of degenerate, and the only person who has insulted someone here is that kind of idiot of Roy. Well, there is me now too, who insulted other lag behind simply because they have an opinion that diverges from his. And since I feel targeted by this insult, know that I do not get ready to treat the victim of degenerate. Okay. There were 2 wrestlers.
I mean, I don't know. So I guess sometimes people are on your side in some places. And
so this is a comment that wasn't really here, but someone's replying to it. But I'm just going to read that because I read it before. There were 2 wrestlers on there who were dead when she was 8 years old. How would that be possible? 4 wrestlers who haven't set foot in ECW. She's so full of shit that she doesn't need a laxative. She said when she was 12 years old in 1988, she had a history of having sex with her, but the wrestler she had died in 1984, which means she would have been 8 years old. She also said it was all in the ECW in her YouTube video.
Did I really? Show it, please. When people say this, please show us. Please show us where this video is.
Oh, wow.
I said I was 8 years old? Where the fuck is that?
Okay. Of course, It is a comment launched in the pond. It's worth what it's worth, but I think that if you're a victim of rape, I think it's engraved in your memory.
Wow, 8? I never fucking said anything like that. That's some horrible shit to try to mix people up with and try to tell them that. Please, I give my YouTube channels at the end of every episode, so please go to them and see if you see any shit like that. Please let me know. Okay.
All right, Marty Jannetty is not famous for being a good guy outside of the ring, too. Okay. From lie to lie to attract attention, it's going to go nowhere.
Well, thanks for that observation. I mean,
okay, someone replied back, except that if you did not understand, in my very first post, I say myself that it seems to me rather implausible as an accusation, and it is certainly a girl who wants to make money. On the other hand, I do not go into the little game of hypothesis with con and shameful reasoning. You who do counter psychology, for if she slept with 20 guys, it's because she had to be willing, or worse, Gravelord who tries to explain what is happening in the head of women violated. To cast doubts is not to lose all respect, and to cast small formulas as if they were general truths. We do exactly what she wants. Talk about her.
Well, when the subject is something that I brought up, Why would these people are just like, oh, she wants all the attention for herself, and she wants us to just talk about her. Who the fuck is who else's story? This is my story. It's not anyone else's story. So who the hell else do you think you're supposed to be talking about? You let me know. You let me know who else you're supposed to be talking about.
Right.
Please go on.
All right. After all, it's just my opinion. I absolutely do not pose it as a general truth. I only say it's hard to imagine, but not impossible. If it turns out that what she says is true, I'll be the first to admit my wrongs. That's nice. Okay. Because all the same, being raped by 20 wrestlers of different federations at the same time is really bad luck. So me, like a lot, I think that this story is totally false because it lacks coherence. That there is a bottom of truth to know that it really slept with these people, but that it was consenting, and so we cannot talk about rape. But if really what she says is true already, it's really bad luck and sad for her.
Okay, first off, he's mixing up all kinds of stuff.
I see.
Raped
it's hard to read it.
At the same time, he's making it out like there was some kind of a train going on me or something. And that's how people try to make it out like they're on your side, but they're actually putting in stuff that it's like, oh, we're on our side, but with all this stuff that we know is a fact, and they're actually putting in lies while they're trying to make it out like they're impartial or on your side. So yeah, trolls, we got your number. Moving on. It's been so much now. Well, we got your number.
All right. If the 20 guys were in one evening, I want to understand.
See, and see, someone already misunderstood it. Someone already misunderstood it. And this is how fake news gets spread and things spiral out of control. Go on. Now it was all in one evening because they were all around each other all at once.
All right.
When I was 8 in 1979. That's what it is.
All right. So, but there she did the whole country, and it would be made her little fan of random catch raped by several guys by going to see different shows wrestling. Already, if it happens to you once by not consenting so young, you must be traumatized. But in addition, she returns to wrestling shows all over the country, where obviously once it was not enough to get away from that, then there is a lot of inconsistency in these comments because, as one commentator puts it, a few of those whom she mentioned were already dead at the time of her alleged rape or were not in the federation. She cites, I should check for that matter.
Who's this commentator?
And is media coverage necessary? Why not go directly to the police or a support association as a rape victim like everyone else should?
Did he didn't listen to any of the stories
obviously
anywhere. Not. And who's this commentator he's talking about?
Okay.
Because I have no idea who he's talking about, and he has no idea what he's talking about.
All right, let's get through this here. Please. I had heard a story with Angel Amoroso and Tully Blanchard. In 1995, behind the scenes at the ECW, they celebrated the 18 years of the young lady. Tully Blanchard, who attended in 1988, realizes she was a minor. Regarding this rape story, Amoroso was the girlfriend of Tom Robinson, a fan who was going to see the WCW wrestlers at their hotel after the shows in Philadelphia. It was 1988, and Robinson brought his girlfriend with him. It's a very bad idea to bring a girl back to a party with wrestlers. He says that she was lying about her age, and moreover that she already had a physical woman for a young age.
See, the thing is, and these people, and this has a screen name of Medusa Michelli, by the way, which we know that it's not Medusa, but it mixes facts in with fiction, because 1995 Tully Blanchard would make no sense at all. Lynn Brown, would it? 1987 would make more sense, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Okay. Go on.
Why not go directly to the police or a Blue Acre victim support organization like everyone else would? We see you're an expert on the question you.
Yeah, maybe you should finish your question, but I've already answered that question, and if you listen to anything that I said, anything at all, then you know that was already answered. Go on.
Okay. They say New Jack is not even in the list. Okay. Let's see.
Why would New Jack be in the list? I didn't meet New Jack until 1995. So, just cool your jets with all that nonsense.
What are his deceased wrestlers? Who is this guy that they're talking about?
I don't know who this he is. All this he talk. I've always been a female, so you keep referring to me as he.
In the list, it seems to me that it is Mike Von Erich in 1987 and David Von Erich in 1984, after I do not know if they were in the Federation at the time.
Why does that say Mike Von Erich? What the frig are they? Who the frig is Mike Von Erich? What are they talking about even? Please, someone let me know who this Mike Von Erich is.
Otherwise, I went to find the Facebook link and I found comments where I would have to do a little research. I will translate. Please, someone translate this.
Yeah, because, if you know if Mike Von Erich, if you could translate that, then hey, he probably, the idiot probably meant Mike Awesome, and he put Mike Von Erich. That's ridiculous. But the fact that Von Erich's now has an S on it, as if I said any more than Kevin Von Erich.
All right.
Which I never did.
Okay, she says she was 12 in one video and 15 in this one. She turned 13 in the beginning of 1988, which would have been 16 in 1991. 16, okay. Yeah.
And?
All right. Foley was in WCW in 1991, so Foley could have not done that. So yeah, you're full of shit.
It says 1990. Did you watch the video where the sign says 1990?
All right, there's an arrow, so I guess someone's replying to this. Okay, she says she was 12 years old in one video. Okay, we read that. All right. Then when you hit her name on Google, you come across a video of her with Tom Robinson. In a video of 1990, she was 15 years old, but has a young woman physique, which coincides with the commentary translated above. So as Michelli said, she probably lied about her age. I don't remember that.
Why is and I don't remember that Michelli saying that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the thing is that why is it always assumed that I lied about my age? When you're seeing a visual of me, do you think I had to say anything to anyone? Do you think anyone was even asking, let alone me lying about it? I never lied about it, and I actually made jokes about it, and people tended to ignore it. Okay. But go on.
All right, she does a lot about her movement elsewhere. She points out to the number to each comment she makes. She seeks to mediate as best as she can its story. It's super fishy, I think, and she responds to a comment that she's afraid of nothing. It must be the first victim of rape that I see on the net or the TV that it's going on, not small. But she denounces without ever giving evidence of what she says. And her pictures are still maliciously provocative. She should wear more clothes in the future, I think. It remains to be seen what
clothes. Why
it needs to, it remains. It remains to be seen what will follow. His YouTube was deleted once, apparently. His YouTube. Oh man, that sucks for him, man.
It does suck for him. But I'm a she, so you might start wanting to refer to me as her.
All right, there's a good chance that she's actually lying.
Which YouTuber are they talking about that was deleted? Because during this time, it was like a deleting spree of people deleting YouTube.
But the problem with the story is mostly the reaction of some before even having evidence of the veracity of these remarks.
Either way, they didn't have evidence either way that I was lying or telling the truth. But Mick Foley didn't receive any negative harassment towards this. However, we're on episode 10, and we'll keep going. Okay, go on. Go on, darling.
Wait, I'm reading it. Hold on. All right, so except that she does not really give evidence. I read these beautiful comments she said, not much. And I have a bit sore eyes because on one side you have blind fanaticism for wrestlers who insult Angel of all names. On the other you have Angel who really makes crates for a smiley face. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, etc. This support is okay. They are not crates. It's set against the fanatics of wrestling. Dare I follow her? I don't know, man. Paul Heyman,
Why does it
married
say really?
since...
Why would you put a smiley face?
Yeah, I don't know what that even means.
At the
she's
end
really
of her conscious.
not really clear. She, I don't know, just saying look at your page to see what kind of character you, I don't know. Paul Heyman, married since 99, 2 children. I saw more gay perso. To avoid such comments on other hand. Alright, moving on.
Since this show's about Mick Foley, we're not going to get too much into other people on this show. That we're going to save that for another show that will debut soon, and we'll talk about a whole bunch of other people.
Wait, so David Von Erich would have raped her if one of the guys died in 1984.
Now it's David.
Where were you
my
in
God.
1984?
First it was Michael, then it was David. And for some reason, they just can't get around to Kevin. It was just Kevin, and they just can't. They can't get it right.
This?
It's like they're purposely getting it wrong and spreading these lies. And I guess because someone decided to put S on the end of Von Erichs, then they had to figure out who the other ones could have been, and prove me wrong for lying because they weren't even alive. I'm not even sure who it is. I know about the one they're talking about, but I don't know about no Mike. I don't know about who they're talking about there. But go on.
All right, this is kind of business because if you say it lies, you pass for a guy who defends the rapist, well, more or less. And if you believe it, well, you say it looks big anyway. But suddenly you say to yourself, and if she had really been raped, sorry. So people who lie on a case like this, you can rarely discredit them without having to deal with your own conscience. Okay, Big Show too. Big Show what? Big Show.
Okay. Big Show too. Are they saying that I said something about Big Show? Because I didn't.
Okay, this is Heartbreakers. This is a whole different message board.
Okay, and here's the Heartbreakers thread. I was actually looking for this, and I could not find it anywhere now on the internet. So here we go. Mick Foley accused of sexual misconduct with 15-year-old. Story by Don Draper. Yeah. So,
okay.
On we go.
All right, WWE Hall of Famer and former Raw General Manager Mick Foley has been accused of sexual misconduct by a woman when she was 15 years of age, as first reported by Ryan Clark of eWrestlingNews.com. The woman...
You're a little weirdo. Ryan Clark, you're a little freak. Meth head freak.
The woman named Angel Amoroso shared a video to recount the alleged incident on her Facebook page. Amoroso walked around with a sign that said Foley engaged in sex with her when she was 15 years of age. Foley has yet to respond to the incident, and there were no further details at the time. This allegation joins a trend of countless women revealing stories about being sexually harassed or assaulted, especially by powerful male celebrities and politicians. This started with over 50 different women accusing Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein of assaulting them. It led to Weinstein being fired by the Weinstein Company while being expelled and or suspended from numerous academies that he was a part of. Recently, former U.S. President George W.H. Bush has also been accused of sexual assault on numerous occasions in the past 20 years. Actor and producer Louis C.K. and other major celebrities have also faced repercussions following alleged assaults against them. WWE.com has also, yet to respond to the allegations against Foley. For what it's worth, an arrest would automatically have Foley, who's recovering from hip surgery in April, suspended from the company. Okay, someone says, bitch, I knew there was something off about him. Expose it. Okay. That bitch, what?
And it's funny that without even, giving any attention towards it or answers to anyone's questions, that they would actually rehire him in, a different position currently.
All right. Okay, after all the things has he said about the women, I'm shocked.
Really?
He said about them.
Right. Well,
All right. Oops. The other day I was wondering who would be the first one exposed in wrestling. Oops. It's funny because it's funny because a few days ago I was thinking, I swear this string of sexual assault predator exposés is going to involve the wrestler soon, and Mick was the first person I thought of.
Now, if someone would Well, and a lot of people here seem to have this opinion and say that, they were just waiting for when it was going to happen. So, this is no big secret, and it should be no big shock. But you just keep trying to bury it. Go on, let's keep going.
Okay. By no surprise am I surprised. Didn't he write some pervy, skeezy fan fiction sounding blog about Sasha and Bailey? Bitch, we knew. Bitch, we don't know about them.
Well, good.
Right,
if you knew, then no big surprise, huh?
She also accused Paul Heyman. Oh man, reading these names. Paul Heyman, Stan Lane, Bobby Fulton, Mike Austin, Road Dogg, Jesse James, Devon Eriks, Eddie Gilbert, Brian Pillman, Mike Enos, Ultimate Warrior, Dave Meltzer, Bruce Beefcake, Marty Jannetty, Sid, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Ric Flair. I want to make a rap out of this, I swear.
Yeah, no, seriously, we will. It's coming soon in 2019. It's the CCCP comeback.
Oh,
yes.
Word. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'm not a person that will ever adopt the mantra that people should believe everyone that says he or she has been assaulted sexually or not. It's not enough to just come after decades and claim things. It kind of sucks that among the Weinsteins, there's bound to be people falsely accused just because someone wants attention. Not saying this is the case here. So I will not believe this or make snarky comments about Foley until the woman comes with evidence.
It's kind of a little bit of a mixed comment there. Some people just make their comments.
Oh my God. Hopefully we get to the bottom of this quickly. Oh my God. Alright. To be honest, the way wrestling used to be a big deal when most of these guys were in their prime of popularity, I wouldn't be surprised.
Someone smart. I gotta give some of these people a hand because some people actually have common sense or are just around the business.
I am not surprised. Double E used to be full of slimy geezers. I saw a video of her and her pals will those things around their necks on Facebook. Apparently, Mick Foley isn't the only one who sexually assaulted her. Okay. I've heard several stories of wrestlers hooking up with underage girls. Hooking up is one thing, but assault is another. I'm not sure which he's claiming. Go on, whatever you want.
Well, then why make a comment then? Get informed and then go back and make a comment so that then you can reasonably get in a conversation with a comment that's, helpful and relevant to the conversation.
Right. Go on. Okay. Foley has always creeped me out, so I wouldn't be shocked. His relationships with the divas always seem predatory too.
Everyone's saying this. Like, I don't know. I wasn't around them in those eras to be around other girls. So that's
okay. Someone said 2% of rape claims are false accusations. And that's true. I don't know why someone.
Hey, it's a fact.
It's awful to even claim that someone did that.
Yeah, why
people do it
here though? This is not the case here at all.
Which is why so many victims never say anything in fear of being called a liar.
Exactly.
Right. Right. Yeah, people just
see, and most of these boards, and this is what these shows are about, is that these people are, if they say, oh, you didn't say anything quick enough, and if you tell them I did say something, then they start right away calling you, well, then you're a liar then. It doesn't matter if you said something already or you made reports, you're a liar. And then it goes from that into them making up stories to twist the story, and then everyone gets what's supposed to be facts all twisted and not right. So go on.
It's already hard enough,
Right.
All right, still dents the logic that victims never lie. It really is turned into a situation of ruining reputations with mere words. The point is, what if he is in this 2%? Blindly believing people is not justice. Okay. Okay, it's so sad. Even sadder when women don't support other women who are victims.
Who doesn't do that, by the way? I support other women who are victims. I've actually, suggested that the other women that I feel are victims come forward and maybe say something on behalf of themselves, because I don't think it's my place to do it again.
Okay. I understand that, but you have to see the other side of the coin. At a certain point, you have to ask yourself, what is more important, helping getting the abuser behind bars or removing yourself from the situation and allowing him or her to do it to others? Waiting for years is never in your favor because evidence is long lost and then there's more room to doubt the validity of the claim. Okay. This logic is why I left feminism. It's not proven she's a victim. I shouldn't be expected to back her up or take Foley's side with lack of any evidence. All you can make are assumptions. He looks creepy. The business back then was dirty, but we really know nothing.
See, and the thing is that these people are making, like, saying stuff like he looks creepy and the business was dirty back then. He looks creepy is a fact. The business was dirty back then is a fact. Those things don't really prove anything or make you know anything except that the business was dirty back then. And that's a statement of someone having knowledge of the business back then that knows that stuff like this is not a new story. I'm not the only one who has a story like this to tell, for God's sake.
And it's like, maybe those things won't fly, but the fact that you were there, and if they saw things that prove that you were there at the time, it's not so unreasonable.
And the thing is that there were girls that came after me that were younger girls that had a group of girls with them, and people brought them up during this to talk about them, and whether or not they want to come forward or not is up to them.
Message board, I think, is finished.
Okay, so
all right, it's a sexual assault from many years ago with presumably no rape kit. What other evidence will there be at this point besides a verbal account? That's not realistic.
Presumably? Why? Because you're presuming, like all of a sudden, that, do you see how, like, these so-called facts are dropped on each of these boards that are scattered throughout social media, and each of these, like, it seems like people with, like I said, impartial comments, and then they drop like a one-liner of a total fake fucking shit that was never said about people being I don't know, 2 years old. Whatever, man. Like,
it's like she came right off the fetus.
Exactly.
There's no way. All right. All right. Mick Foley and other WWE legends. Let's see here. Are accused of sexual abuse. All right. Lately, innumerable cases of sexual abuse have come to the surface. This is not even famous, and it seemed only a matter of time before it came to the world of pro wrestling. Now WWE legend Mick Foley is being accused of this by a woman who said that former WWE superstar had sex with her when she was 15 years old. Mick Foley has not been seen in WWE since he was fired as the general manager of Monday Night Raw at the end of March. Since then, he has been traveling the world for all other endeavors and has concocted a number of autographs from his book. Concocted. All right.
Concocted.
All right. All right. Oh, all right. These accusations of sexual misconduct against Foley arose in one of his recent book inscriptions, since a woman named Angel Amoroso essentially held a protest. The Wrestling News reported on Amoroso's allegations that Mick Foley had sex with her when he was only 15 years old. No. The self-proclaimed wrestling group posted a video of Amoroso live on Facebook where she says she wanted everyone to know about it while she held a billboard with her accusations.
It wasn't in a group. It was on my timeline. What are you talking about? What group?
There's a bit of strong language in the video, so watch this knowing it's not something light to hear.
It's me, so just a little bit of strong language. Get the fuck out of here. It's going to be all strong language.
Angel Amoroso claims that Foley had sex with her in Pennsylvania when she was 15 years old. She also claims that some of her wrestling friends had sex with her when she was only 12 years old. She claims that Foley is a child molester and a pedophile who abuses young girls. At no point during the video does Amoroso drop the names of other fighters or even enter the store where I'm pointing to where they are, that they put in there. Event store where Foley's autograph session is taking place. Foley also did not leave the store to confront or to talk to her. And he did not disclose any comments on those charges. The one thing she specifically says is that the other professional fighters who also had sex with her were WWF.
Wait a minute. I thought they just said
Hold
that.
up.
I didn't name any other people. Didn't they just say that?
This is not real. This is
okay,
not real.
no.
All right, the username that the Shorter 88 said in an MMA forum that Emerson claims was sex with a number of pro wrestling personalities in 1994, including. This is not funny at all, but I'm just like, this is it's a whole.
We gotta laugh
oh
about it.
Oh my god, that's crazy. That's so crazy. All right. Paul Heyman, Mick Foley, Dave Meltzer, Ric Flair, Brutus Beefcake, Ultimate Warrior, Road Dogg, Brian Pillman, Martin Jannetty, Martin Anderson.
We're going to do this. We're going to do it. Watch.
In a video he posted on YouTube, Emerson even claimed he started dating Paul Heyman when he was only 12 years old.
Wow.
She uses a wrestling... All right, what do you want of those fluid Johns?
Maybe.
She uses a wrestling promo delivered by Heyman as proof that he admitted sexual assault when she was 14. As word of these accusations began to run through social networks, some wrestling fans began to look at things a bit more.
Someone got the Paul Heyman age right. I'm happy about that.
With Angel Amoroso claiming that Mick Foley had sex with her as a teenager, some are unwilling to believe his words. All right. Over the years, Mick Foley has become a great advocate for those who have suffered different types of abuse in their lives. He spent a lot of time working with RAINN, which represents the National Network for Rape, Abuse, and Incest in the United States. These statements of Angel Amoroso are only the latest accusations that come across prominent public figures. She claims that Mick Foley and many other wrestling personalities had sex with her and engaged in sexual misconduct with her when she was a teenager. It is not known whether Foley or WWE have any comment on these allegations. All right, there's a bunch of comments here. I don't know if I translated these or not, but that was wild.
I mean,
it's like she didn't list
add
any of them.
But
then again,
wait. Dave Meltzer, KKK. It just says like really.
These aren't translated, but if anyone wants to go back and see if this is serious, if you just want to have a laugh, whatever.
Yeah, Dave Meltzer again. Dave Meltzer.
Yeah,
Keeps coming up. Dave Meltzer.
I mean, if you want to translate, you go to it. All right, live leak. Here we go. Wrestler Mick Foley gets berated outside a Christmas Santa meet and greet. A woman named Angel said Mick Foley raped her when she was only 17.
The sign is right there. The sign's right there. It's right there. This is live leak. Live leak. They reported it, and it's on the video is the friggin' sign, and it says 15 right on the sign, and then the headline says 17. All right.
When Mick Foley and fellow wrestlers raped her in 1994, including the Ultimate.
In 1994, really? Is that it? Really? Does it say really? All right. Go on. Keep it up.
Okay.
Keep it up.
He didn't rape her. She fucked him with hopes of marrying up, and it didn't work.
Marrying up?
Right. She got tag team. Okay. The thorny side of Cactus Jack. All aboard the I was rape train. Chew friggity chew.
Wow. Really? What did these people?
BWC. Liberal mental illness is the new fad today. Oh, these get right to the point. Okay.
Right.
She needs a cock in her mouth to shut the fuck up. This has to stop and stop right now. So why did you wait years before claiming rape? Dollar signs. 7 of them. Tramp. Also, your dad needs a girdle.
Who? Who's? Oh, they're probably looking at someone in the video saying that.
Attention whores.
Okay. Yeah.
Hope he sues her. I hope the next dude that rapes her kills her.
Hold on. Could you get closer with your whole face into the camera and read that comment again,
Me?
Please.
I think that it settles.
Let me read it then. I hope the next dude that rapes her kills her. I just wanted to.
I don't know if this is still public, but I mean, you can check. Everybody's trying to make a buck. If I was raped and it traumatized me, I wouldn't wait 20 years and say I was raped. All these fucking women coming out saying they were raped years later after the fact make me fucking sick to my stomach. Bro, true essay. Makes me fucking sick, bro. Bro, the bitch I hate the most right now is Rose McGowan. She was a big time slut. I'm not familiar with her. What's her backstory? Okay, I don't know. These are amongst each other here. A woman named Angel. Oh, fuck me, this is gonna be good. I wouldn't even rape you. Sincerely, sorry, I don't know.
Well, that's good to
File
know that he would
charges
rape
and
someone,
move
and
on
he's
with-
selective about who it will be.
File charges and move on with your day, you blue-haired cuckoo. Of course he is ignoring. Of course he is now ignoring you. You're a 40-year-old hag. Now bring him your daughter, and maybe he'll let you do a threesome. Great balls of fire.
Is that a comment against him or against
Okay,
me?
lying liars about lies. See, when it rains, it pours, and out come all the fucking crazies with it. Just mad because he won't fuck her anymore. If you were a child of 17, then you were a retarded young woman. People join the military at 17, for God's sake. She got raped by the Ultimate Warrior.
Wait,
lucky
hold
bitch.
on. If you were a child at 17, then you were a retarded young woman. People put the word retarded on this board, and like, you know.
You think that's bad? All right.
Does he know the definition of under 18 years of age as a child?
All right. So apparently you're a lucky bitch because you got raped by the Ultimate Warrior.
Well, you know what? I wish they would have gotten raped.
What 12-year-old is a groupie? Okay, still dwelling on it. Must have been the high point of her life. Lol's blue hair is a red flag. Okay. Ring rat, bang bang. So Hollywood is already piled up with sexual harassment scandals. WWE could be next. Better be prepared. I remember some story about. Remember.
Go ahead.
I remember.
Try to translate their idiocy.
Some stories. Some washed out wrestler was telling on a video. I think Lost Somewhere in Space posted some wrestlers done some weird violent shit to a chick, and wrestler one stabbed the other, roided up on coke. So this is probably true because even as a kid, I never ever liked this crap. I don't remember who they were, but the cops investigated and they were well known. Okay. Let's see. Opposes racial. Okay, but no, there were no racial slurs because I was reading this. That was true for the 4chans. All right.
So Live Leak opposes racial slurs, but they can pretty much say everything else is a
my
go.
eyes twitching. I'm not.
You backed away, so it's all right.
All right. Underground. Okay, a middle-aged woman with purple hair.
First off, I was 40, by the way, on the other thing, and now middle-aged with purple hair. When they just spent the last forum calling me a blue-haired cuckoo and whatever else they could bring up about my hair, which so many people decided to do. I love the rockabilly blue. My hair was about literally, you could go on my crazy Facebook and Twitter page and start telling you about, and see my hair was like 100 different colors that year. So have fun with that. Go on.
All right. So when you had the purple hair, you live streamed on Facebook yesterday and had a sign on saying Foley sexually abused her when she was 15. I wonder if he brought out Mr. Sacco for protection because this woman is hideous looking.
Wow. So it's okay if he did it. It's just we hope he used protection with the 15-year-old who looks hideous.
Okay, Angel claims to have had underage sex with many wrestlers and personalities in '94.
Do it.
People included are Heyman, Mick, Ultimate Warrior, Dave, Meltzer, and Brutus.
All right, I'm gonna get my drums out. We're gonna fucking
but that's not it though. That's not all that was there.
I know.
They're shorting them out for
they're
what?
shorting on the list. We'll continue the song later. Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
Because it'll come up later again.
Oh, I'm sure
we'll have multiple opportunities to like. All right. This woman also claims to have had sex with multiple ECW wrestlers when she was 12.
ECW when I was 12,
but that wasn't even there, right?
It wouldn't have.
That wasn't even there.
No, please keep going.
It wasn't even there. See, even I know, like
I know.
I don't even know this
right,
shit. Like,
right. She wasn't even. Please, you know what?
At this point,
the people who know me are probably
at this point. All right.
It's
After doing further investigative research, Angel was at ECW valet in the early years and apparently had her breasts exposed at ECW Summer Sizzler '93, which you follow her timeline of events would have made her 14 at the time.
What? In my timeline of events for what? Would have led you to think that I was 14 years old at Super Summer Sizzler Spectacular. What timeline of events? Where? On Twitter? On Facebook? Like, where are you finding this shit that said that I was 14 years old in ECW? I want to see where it is. I've got to insist on seeing this. I must insist.
Alright. I don't know if this woman is trolling or what, but she definitely wasn't underage in '94. LOL. 94. No, I mean, 94.
No one said that I was.
19, right? You were 19
No one said that I was underage in '94.
Mick Foley is a saint. I don't believe her. Is he really, though?
Please move on with people.
Okay, not shitting you. She actually says in the video, Saint Mick made me suck his dick. I about died laughing. Times you got it.
Okay, well, I mean,
you gotta do. Cactus Jack touched my crack. All right.
When your rhyme scheme is
was wondering when
you just can't miss up an opportunity to just blurt it out if that's what's in your head and it rhymes. So
all right, was wondering when this would spread to wrestling, whether true or not. I'm sure there are some interesting stories. I can't wait for the mainstream media to have to ask Hacksaw Duggan what a dildo blender is.
You know what? If anyone knows about that story, please, I'd like to know what the friggin' dildo blender story is about Hacksaw Duggan.
All right. Unfortunately, we now live in a guilty until proven innocent society. You can't watch the daily news without someone new being accused of sexual assault or harassment. People's lives and careers are being destroyed and dragged through the mud simply on accusations and no proof. And sadly, if no proof to any of these accusation surfaces, the damage is already done.
Then it's a shame that, like, in this situation, we're being dragged through the mud with no proof on either side. It's just one person telling you the story and another person, other people totally ignoring and avoiding the subject. And then, and hoping that enough trolls will gather worldwide and torture that person and their family enough that they'll just shut up. And once again, it'll just all go away for all of them. But it's not going to happen like that this time. So moving on.
All right, and even sadder, these are very common crimes that are hard to prove, especially to the satisfaction of fans of the famous people who commit them. The only thing harder than proving it is disproving it. Once your name is attached to sexual assault, or in this case having sex with a minor, regardless if it's true or not, your image takes a hit. There will always be women out there, and tons of white knights too, who will always take the woman's side no matter how innocent the accused is. Okay. Kind of like this, I don't know. Should I read all this? Something about
my
story.
Group of people are still alive. So I have, like, live witnesses to my actions. Bam. You know who you are.
I don't really. That's like a whole story about something. I don't know.
Okay.
Go back and read it.
We don't want to go through this guy's life story because we're already rolling up on 52 minutes and we don't want to take the entire evening up. But we will read a few more comments and then we'll get to our
She was born in 1969. According to this,
here we go again. Every board wants to spin it out of control. Go on.
Way legal in 1994. Either way, she was legal in 1994, but she wasn't born in 1969.
Right,
like
right.
It's that's not the thing. Like
the other. I'm going to call her the fake angel from now on. That's the fake angel that you're talking about, not me. Go on.
My dad was born in 1969. And
okay,
he would have been
on.
50.
This is like, please.
All right.
I'm not the one about to turn
You're
50. Right.
75. All right. I don't think anything is going to come. I don't think anything is going to come of this. Okay.
All right. Well, good guess.
That's good. Whatever.
Good, yeah. And I wonder why they read all the negative comments and everyone burying it.
Oh, there's
and
FedEx.
confusing
Get
them about it.
$5 off.
So of course nothing's
All right,
gonna
God, I
come
hope
when you're
Meltzer gets
confused on the
busted.
We're back to Dave Meltzer again. Mm-hmm.
LOL, Meltzer. Well, all the rest. All right, I don't know. All right, wasn't okay. Something about Stallone. I don't know. All right, that's the end of that. All right, this is Super Luchas. Okay.
All right, Super
Mick
Luchas.
Foley is accused of having sex with a minor. Harassment and sexual abuse, unfortunately, is on the front page today, mainly related to the film industry. It all started with producer Harvey Weinstein being accused by dozens of actresses. The most recent thing we published was the words of his former assistant, the first to break his confidentiality agreement to be able to talk about the harassment he suffered.
He suffered? I think all these, it's the Spanish groups. They're translating all the she's as he's, but I guess they're just partial to men that much.
I guess. Okay, the producer has joined other names in the film industry as the director and producer Brett Ratner, which was taken from the sequel to Wonder Woman when the protagonist, Gal Gadot, threatened to leave the project if the filmmaker continued to be part, or the actor Kevin Spacey forcing Netflix to cancel the famed House of Cards series, or Ridley Scott to make re-recordings to remove him from the new movie. We talk about professional wrestling, and today we bring a possible case of child abuse. A woman named Angel Amoroso is accusing Mick Foley of having sex with her when she was 15 years old. In fact, he has gone to a recent book signing by the WWE Hall of Fame member to protest, as we see in the next picture that circulates on the network and the next video uploaded to his Facebook. His meaning
me. I'm his. I'm he. Just accept it. I'm he. Go on. And that's it.
Oh, I'm moving on. I just have to go slow here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's you with the purple hair.
Of course, because everyone can see purple.
We cannot confirm that what Amor Amoroso says has happened. Maybe Mick Foley will tell you his version soon.
No, it won't happen. Amore! No, it won't happen.
But on the other hand, there are those who are accusing this woman of having been a ring rat, name given to the groupies that were offered to the fighters. Even a woman accuses her of having slept with more than 20 wrestlers, indicating that she now regrets does not make them monsters, although certainly they would not be well what they supposedly did.
Yeah, a lot of these wrote, like, the Spanish ones translated as the same article.
It for what it is, man. I mean, I'm just
so, you know what? We're going to stop this right now.
Yeah, I don't think these
because all these are not translated, and unless you're, you speak the Spanish, we know to translate. You'll be able to read it off the screen as it's going down, and you can, still the screen and read it if you would like. Otherwise, when we get to the bottom of this screen, we are going to go over to a video that would have dated back 1 year ago, New Year's Day, January 1st, and get into that before we exit. So I think we're coming up to the end of Super Luchas right about now. So let's go over to Mermu YouTube.
We'll do this squared circle next time.
Right. So we'll get the squared circle and a bunch of other forums, groups, and nonsense from Twitter and Facebook and all kinds of stuff a little later. So we're going to go now to Mermu YouTube. And what I'm always saying at the end, you could follow us on Mermu YouTube, and we're going to go to it right now. There we go. And we're going to go to a video from 1 year ago. And we're going to play that out. Make it full screen so that we're not interfering in what people are seeing and hearing here.
And never brought to mind. Good old acquaintance be forgot, and days of auld lang syne. Auld lang syne.
2018. I am Angel Amoroso. I wanted to just share a little story with you about today. I woke up really early this morning at 2 degrees in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but I was all dressed up, ready, set to go to the Mummers Parade. And what inspired me was that I heard that the inventor of #MeToo pushed the button for the ball to drop and begin the new year. That inspired me to create my own sidewalk float and go against the mummers and have my own little costume and my own little thing going. So my family at first was like, okay, we'll go to the Mummers Parade since, you know, they usually don't go. And we were all real excited about it. And then I got dressed. Again, it's 2 degrees outside. I started to make my signs, my #MeToo signs, which was going to be my tribute float to #MeToo since she started the new year. And this was my sign. Hold on one second. This was going to be my sign. And I was going to walk down the street, letting everyone read, once again, my #MeToo story about what was done to me when I was 12 to 15 years old, a child, molested by professional wrestlers. Not only did I have this sign, one second, but also in my my wedding bridal handbag here that I have that's now useless, so throw that away. Since everyone asked, I had the names of all the people who abused me when I was a child. And I had all intentions on taking them one by one and papering the streets of Philadelphia with them. Since that's where most of it happened, I figured we would let everyone know, the thousands and thousands of people who were there, know what happened. As easy as that, right? As easy as that, right? Now, as I was writing these out, my husband and my daughter took a look at this and thought maybe with the thousands of people who attended, even in the 2-degree weather, that it may not be such a great idea for me to go out on the street, on Broad Street in South Philly, from Center City all the way to South Philly, and tell everyone my personal business about the wrestlers who are pedophiles who molested me when I was a child. I tried to get out the door several times, and I was restrained by both Christina and my husband Patrick in order to not go to the Mummers Parade. So I didn't get to tell my #MeToo story at the Mummers Parade as I wanted to. So I'm taking the opportunity to just do it right now, because this is not going to stop. This year has started, and this is how I'm starting it. And every day of this year, for the rest of my life, will be nothing but this. You gotta understand, I'm not playing around. I was assaulted, I was raped, I was molested. This is no joke. Everyone gets to tell their story. I'm telling my story now. You don't believe it? You don't want to believe it? Don't. I don't care. It won't stop me from saying what I need to say. What needs to be said what I've tried to say a million times, and I've been stifled and put in mental institutions over. This will happen no more. I will stay silent no longer. The statute of limitations will not discourage me to tell my story and continue to say what I need to say and let the world know about. So if you're sick of hearing me, tune out. Otherwise, know that my New Year's resolution is to let everyone know what happened to me and what they shouldn't let happen to them. Happy New Year. I don't think I fulfilled that 100%. I didn't spend every single day on talking about it, but I think I'm making up for it now, spending a good amount of time on what we missed out on. So, and we will continue throughout 2019 talking about this. And to bring in 2019, everyone, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
And thank you for joining. Let's see who we've had join us. Let's go to the top of the list to see who we've had join us.
Get this year started, man, the right way.
For episode 10 of Mick Foley, we've had Greg York has joined us. Thanks for joining. Sean Rattray joined us. Troy Mess joined us. Yvonne Langolis has joined us. And Sean says, fuck Mick Foley. And yes, I agree. Kevin Tate joined us. Sam Moxley joined us. Matthew Calamar joined us. Justin Doan joined us. Troy Paul joined us and said hi to both of you and hope you all had a great holiday. And again, we hope you all had a great holiday as well. Thank you very much. Joe Cohen joined us. Sultan, Ken Jugan, my buddy, joined us. K.R. Meady joined us. Thanks for joining, Kay. And we never have fear. We know you're always going to get here, doll. Christina Jade has joined us. Thank you for joining, Christina Jade. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this. Lee Platt joined us. Thanks for joining, doll. Steve DeAngelis joined us. Thanks for joining, Steve. Tim Harshman joined us. Yeah. I'm like, thanks for joining. Tim Harshman joined us. Thanks for joining, doll. Calvin Harrington joined us. Thanks for joining. Another night, another episode, and yes, and we'll get into another one real soon. Ralph DeLuzio joined us. Hi. Michael DeMuzio has joined us. I like how Ralph DeLuzio and Michael DeMuzio follow each other because it just like weird, flows in the name calling. Chad Dorsett joined us. Thanks for joining. Dennis McClellan joined us. Brittany Brown joined us. Thanks for joining, doll. Michael Lashbrook joined us. Thanks for joining. He says we look beautiful. Get it? Hashtag girl power, and thanks so much always for the encouragement, doll. You're fantastic. Tom Brandy joined us. Thanks for joining, Tom. Tom, a very old friend back from the Wrestling Radio fan club days back in the 80s. So thanks for joining, Tom Brandy, and thank you all for joining us here for episode 10 of Fuck You, Mick Foley. If you would like to get in touch with us on any other form of social media, I am on Facebook as Angel Walsh, Angel Amoroso, and Angel Amoroso Versus. I also have groups, Comment of the Day and Wrestling Bitch, that you could send a request to join if you want to. We also have a fan page as Crazy Cunty Clown Posse, CCCP, as you will be hearing from real soon as we make a rap out of all these names because we just got to bring it back now. So if you want to go over there and take a look at what all that is, again, it's Crazy Cunty Clown Posse on the Angel Amoroso and the Christina J. Polis page. Also, if you want to get in touch with me on Twitter for any reason, which a lot of stuff's been going on over there, weird stuff. I'm at Angel Amoroso 1, at Instagram at Angel Amoroso for you, and on YouTube at Angel Amoroso Versus, which all these videos are on as well. Plus my series about gang stalking, you can watch all that. And please give me a subscribe over there. It would help you get notices on when we are doing these shows and any auctions and whatnot. Also Maramoo YouTube, which you just took a look at some of the material that's over there. And also Dirty Dead Doll Productions. Give us a follow and a subscribe over there. We have different live auctions of different items here on Facebook Live and over there at Dirty Dead Doll Productions. Go over there and take a look at it. Otherwise, if you want to get in touch with Christina J. Polis,
I joined in there, so that's my name. And then XTina Jade on Instagram, and then
Twitter.
I don't do Twitter.
Okay.
But, you know, they know where to contact me. I'm
All right.
here.
Well, Facebook, good enough, right? So, anyway, again, everyone, happy holidays and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And thank you for joining us for the
Yeah.
first show of 2019. Thank you for joining us, and have a nice night and a nice life. It always comes up with the dictionary here.
I'm going to hurt you.